Okay, let's go that way. Okay, so I had to do 2 parts because the video was going to be an hour long if I didn't. So you guys watched in part 1 making the buttercream and going over some of the pieces of equipment that we were going to use to then crumb coat and move on. So I think we're going to do this in 2 parts because I can speed up the decorating part if I need to, so that way we don't have, you know, a 45-minute video. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the next part. So here we go. Alrighty, so we just used really sticky tape. You cannot use like, it needs to be packing tape to do this stuff. You can't use like Scotch tape. It doesn't work. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn the buttercream back on for a minute because it's sat there now. And I wanna make sure that it's still ultra smooth. We're going to get the big spatula and we're going to get a little spatula. Okay. I think we're good. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down here a little bit. There you go. Okay. Get our buttercream. Okay, yum. Had to taste test that a little bit. All right, we're gonna put a little bit of buttercream on the bottom because we need the layers to stick. This is not allowed to touch the cake and then go back in the bowl. That's how you get crumbs. We're gonna do what's called a crumb coating first, and that's so that it locks in all the crumbs so that when we do the outer coating, we don't get cake slung up in our buttercream. Nobody wants to see that. All right, so yeah, these are real nice. Okay, so these are just partially frozen. Like they'll move them around now. They're pliable, but they're not frozen stiff. All right. Now we're going to put it top side down. And you want to try to get this in the middle of that cake board. And then I'm going to press down firmly so it doesn't go. I wash my hands a lot through this part. Hang on. There we go. I can't stand having cake crumbs on my fingers, but you know, I kind of have to do that part. Now, we are going to put, there we go, a big dollop of buttercream. There you go. We're going to smooth that around. All the way to the outer part of the edges. Okay? There we go. This never goes back in that bowl. Only the spatula stays in the bowl. This stays outside because this touched the cake. See where I'm going? Okay. All right, so now we're going to get our next layer, which I'm also going to put top side down. And you're going to try to get these as straight on to the edges as you can, because that will make less work when we get to the other part. And you want to really, because again, these are partially frozen, I can kind of press down a little bit. All right, wash my hands again. All right, dry them off. Okay. Now, we're going to start checking for level already. We'll put the piece of plastic over that. All right, and we're now going to put our level on here. We are actually dead on. I don't know that you guys can see that, but trust me when I say we're dead on. So now we're going to turn it. Okay, we're still level. Okay, we're a little off right there. So we're going to press it a little. Okay. That's a little off, so we're going to press that down a little bit there too. We're going to try to make this as level as we possibly can before we put the next layer on here. Okay, we're pretty good now. That way, the chances of you being level when you get up, you know, here is going to be a lot better. All right, another big dollop. There we go. Spin it around. Okay. And then we're going to put the last layer, which is going to be this one. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay. Like I can't find the end. There we go. All right. Time for the last layer. All right. Push a little bit. Again, trying to make sure we don't have any air in there. Wash my hands off again. All right. Got the piece of plastic on there. Now we're going to level again. Ooh, that's good. All right, we're good. Okay. Now, I don't worry about it when we do the top part on it because we're doing the acrylic. So we'll check the acrylic when we get there. So we're going to move the cake out of the way for a second. We're going to bring this up just a little so that you guys can watch what I'm doing here. Let's just put a little on the top. Okay. Just so that we have it there and we have something for it to adhere to. Again, this is just the crumb coating. This is all I'm really trying to do at this point. Actually, we're not going to do the top acrylic yet. We're just going to crumb coat this. My bad. We'll do the top acrylic after it's taken a nap. So we're going to make this really thin. See? Just really thin. You can still see the cake underneath here. And then we're going to do the same thing down on the bottom. Now this I cannot scrape off into this bowl because it has cake crumbs in it. So just get another bowl or whatever. My family loves this because this is buttercream they can eat. I scrape into that. Then we're going to do the sides of the cake. And I'll be honest with you, I'm going to use my little one. I hate using the big spatula for the sides. We're going to go to this one. Hopefully you guys, there you go. I don't know how well I can do this where you guys can see kind of how that's going. But where there's big gaps, we want to make sure that we get in there. We don't want to see any of those. We want to make sure that we shove the filling all in those big gaps. Right? See how I'm doing that? This does not have to be pretty because this is a crumb coat. See where I'm going? Okay, then we're going to seal up the bottom. Probably need to move my camera over the other way so you guys can actually see what I'm doing here. Hang on. Let me see if I can push my camera over to the other side because I work from the left side, not the right. So let me move this over here for you. That was great. All right. Okay. Now, let me see. I got to get you guys down here where you can actually see what I'm doing, which you cannot. Okay. Hang on. Okay, I think you guys can actually see what I'm doing now, which might help. All right. We're sealing up the bottom now. Sorry about the stuff in the background. The prince is playing his games again. Okay. Again, this doesn't have to really be straight. I am trying to get some of this buttercream up over the edge. This is just a crumb coat. It does not matter. But I do want to have that top edge. See how there's that top edge around? I'm going to move that. Right, there we go. We want a little bit more of that top edge coming up there. That's just going to help when we put, so you got that rim all the way around? There we go. That's going to help when we put that top acrylic on, okay? All right, so what we're going to do right now is we are going to put this in the refrigerator downstairs. Actually, I'm probably going to put it in the freezer. I don't have any room in the refrigerator. We're going to put this in the freezer for probably about 20 minutes. I want this to get nice and hard before we do the next thing. This is now encapsulated all of the cake crumb so that when we do the outside coating of this, it's going to be beautiful and smooth and white, and we're not going to have anything in it, right? Okay. Stop the video here. We'll come back later. All right, we have the cake out. This sat in the refrigerator for probably 24 hours, which means this top is going to pop right off. But I need to get it off here and get the bottom one off so that we can put it on the presentation board. No. Go away. Cannot move. No. No. Okay. We're going to take this and get the bottom one off so that we can put it on our presentation board. This is still taped. I need to flip this over because this is the actual bottom and I need to get this acrylic off. And we want to do that before, so you can see the cake board underneath there, before this starts getting too warmed up. So we're going to take a really sharp knife and we're just going to pop this off. That one's pretty thin. We're just going to stick it right, there we go. Right up underneath there. Pop that off, bada bing, bada boom. Get the tape off, and put that in the dishwasher. Oh, where's the other buttercream? Nope, there it is. Okay. We'll use a little bit of buttercream to adhere this so that it sticks to the board. There we go. Put that there. Okay. Slide this on. All right. We're going to put that up there just so that you can see me do it. I'm going to flip it over. Pretty much in the middle. It's cold right now, so it's very forgiving. And then we're going to press down, leaving that acrylic on, because we can do that and not really touch the cake. This should just pop off because it's very cold. We had a little piece come off. Okay, wow. Apparently we had an air pocket because we got a big hole right there. There's a rarity that ever happens, but it did. We can fix it, no problem. We'll just mix this up so that it's nice and smooth. And we will just very gently. There we go. That's weird. I've not really ever had that happen before with the acrylics, but as you can see, it's no big deal. We're just going to come around this way. Just like that. There we go. For whatever reason, that does want to be an air pocket, so let's poke it with a stick. This is wanting to bubble right here. So we're going to make sure that it doesn't. There we go. Poke it with a stick. And then just make it go back down again. Not sure why it wanted to be a pain in the butt, but it did. So that's fine.
Should I throw your pants out?
Nope.
Come on, you. Come on. Come on.
Hopefully this gives you guys enough space to see what I'm doing. In case I lost any film, I've kind of taken a toothpick and drawn the outline of the lines because again, I'm using black icing. You kind of got one shot with that. It's not very forgiving, so I kind of need to know where I'm going. So I've kind of just drawn the outlines of where I want everything to be. Now, let me just say, I made several boo-boos on this. It does happen. You learn how to deal with it, and it still turns out very pretty. See? And I made a big boo-boo with black ink, so it happens. Just relax. You'll be fine. You can fix it. It's no big deal. So let's put the rest on here. Maybe. All right, we did a little bit of gold bling around the bottom. Looks like this. You can pretty much get it at any craft store, but it's just a little bit of bling, and we put that down at the bottom, and I think she's done. Totally, totally cute. Yay! Happy birthday to my sweet little angel.